Okay, so this recording is how to make the body of the mini train. So I'm going to start out on the XY work plane. I'm going to make the base of the train, and I'm going to make a rectangle starting from the origin, and I'll make that train 5.5 inches long and make it 1 inch tall. I'm going to finish that sketch, and I'm going to extrude that profile 2 inches. The boiler of the train, I'm going to start by making a new sketch from the front. I'm going to draw a circle, which is going to be 0.75 times 2 in diameter. I'm going to use my geometric constraints and make sure that it is centered. And I'm going to have my numeric constraint and make sure from the center to the bottom it's 1.38 inches long. I'm going to extrude this backwards, making sure I'm adding material by distance, 5.5 minus the depth of the cab. Along the side, I want to make some linear holes. This can go through all. My first reference edge. Here's my face. My first reference edge is this. I'm going to set it at 1. My second reference edge, 0.5. Apply. My face, my reference edge, 4.5. Second reference edge, 0.5. Along the front of the train, we have a hole for the headlight, so I'm going to use a concentric hole. The depth is going to be 0.25 deep. The diameter is 0.38. Here's my plane. Here's my reference edge. Along the back of the train, I have a small hole for the hitch magnet. The diameter is 0.25 and my depth is 0.5. Here's my plane. My first reference edge, 0.38, 0.38, and my second reference edge is 1 to have it centered. I have a hole on the top of my boiler for the smokestack. However, I need a flat surface. So I'm going to create a work plane that's going to be tangent to a surface and parallel to another surface. Let me create a sketch. I'm going to put a point. I'm going to project the geometry of the front of the train so I can make sure that that point is geometrically centered, and the distance from the front to the back I'm going to set at 1. Using my hole command, I'm going to make the diameter of that hole 0.5, and I'm going to make a flat bottom hole, and the depth I want to be is 0.28. I'm going to turn the plane invisible, don't delete it. I'm going to add some chamfers. My chamfer is going to be 0.1. I'm going to add a chamfer to this back edge, that front corner, this front corner, that front corner, that front corner, that back corner. in that back corner. I'm also going to apply a fillet to the front. My fillet is going to be 0.1. And I'm going to select that front surface to make it round. Let me save this as the body. And change my eye properties to be ABS plastic. And on the sides of the train, I want to have a name of the train. So again, I'm going to create a new work plane. It's going to be tangent to a surface and parallel to a plane. Here's my surface, here's my plane. Let me create a sketch. I'm going to add a text box. And you can name it whatever you want to name it. I want to make sure that the size is 0.24 and that is bold. And you may need to make the text box big enough and place it centered on your boiler. I'm going to emboss that. And let's just wrap this to the face. Of course, you can't have the name of the train on one side without having it on the other side. So let me rotate you around. Again, tangent, parallel, create a sketch. Create a text box, and I want to keep the same name. If I set OK now, it's going to be very small, so again, I'm going to highlight it, change the size, 0.240 bold, click OK, and try to get it in about the same position as the other side. And let me go ahead and emboss the face. So there we have it. I'm going to turn the visibility of the work planes off. And I'm going to color this just a real happy color. And save. Come back to my drawings. There's going to be a lot going on, so I might make it half scale. And click OK. Let me place the view of the body. And I will need a left view for this one as well. And let me shade you in. Position everything so nice. And let's annotate. So the first thing I want to do is come through, put all my center marks where they belong, and my center line bisectors for these holes. That, although they're hidden lines, you still have to show the center line bisectors. So again, we have a lot going on here. We need to know what the front view is, what the right side view is, and let's go ahead and start dimensioning. So I'm going to dimension the location of the holes. All all holes need 3 dimensions, 2 locations, and 1 size. Go ahead and dimension some of the holes. And this is times 2. Okay, have a few more dimensions to add here. And finishing up here with a chamfer note. Let's find a good place for this. Sticking off of here, that's probably not a good place for it. Let me try the chamfer note off the top. And that is typical. So going through, making sure I have size and locations for all my holes. Again, if you get a situation where it appears that the dimensions are crossing over, you can just pop the number to the other side, making sure it's nice and clear. Size, location, size, location. Remember, all holes need 2 locations, 1 size. Make sure you grab it from the correct corner. And there we have a dimension train. And I'm not going to worry about the note for the text.